Hey there, fellas. Today we have yet another video for you, a rather short one. We don't intend to go anywhere. We'll just get everything done in the garage. Here's what we'll be doing. A lot of you have been writing comments asking us to take a crack at this, so we decided why not. Here's the deal. As you can see, I've got some new rotors right here, calipers, and handbrake pads. This car is in need of a complete rear brake replacement. Here's the plan. I'm going to take this thing outside, jack it up, get some jack stands underneath, take the wheels off. After that, we put it into gear, get a bit of speed happening, either in second or in third gear. We'll figure it out as we go. That's while engaging the brakes. So yeah, we're going to disintegrate the rear brake rotors. We'll do this outside, since there will be a bunch of smoke if we do it in the garage. And you won't be able to see much. That's not to mention it's getting dark. It is evening after all. Perhaps it is already dark. I mean, we haven't been out for a while. I reckon this will look quite spectacular in the dark. The red rotors, sparks, smoke and everything. Anyway, enough talk, let's do this. Holding the gas and brake pedals at once. What'll happen? Translation and voiceover by BMI Russian. One more thing, fellas, while the wheels are off. I didn't want to do this intentionally. You might remember that time we put replacement studs into the tires. Here we have a couple of new Russian-made tires we bought. This one has the factory studs, while this one went through stud replacement. We took out the factory studs when they were still new, and put in some repair studs. As you can see, the factory studs are going overboard. Since the tires are driven in extreme conditions. I mean, this car does do a lot of track work. Here's the interesting thing. The factory studs are less prone to falling out than the replacement ones. The larger replacement studs are also coming out, though. That might be due to increased load on this tire. When we drive on our local ice track, this one tends to take the beating from initiating drift. And here we have another tire. The situation with this one is a bit silly. This one here is made by Toyo. It was new. We gave it some time to break in, as you should. And 3 weeks in, and the studs are pretty much gone. Well, actually, I'm exaggerating a bit, but maybe about 40... or even 35% of the studs are missing. That's after 3 weeks. And we've only been to the track no more than 2 times, maybe. The rest of the time was just your average city driving. Go figure. Anyway, I've got some rotors to destroy. Right, everything's ready. We've got some wind blowing and snow falling. I'm gonna fire it up and go for it. That's it, fellas. Our experiment is over. Why so? We weren't actually able to fracture the rotors. It probably has something to do with the quality of these cars. They are pretty damn bulletproof. But something else did happen. It seems as if we overheated the brake fluid or we burned through the seals. Anyway, the brake pedal went down to the floor and the brakes stopped working. We don't seem to have any leaks, but pumping the pedal up is quite impossible now. I'm assuming the brake pads are also toast. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna roll the car back into the garage. We do need to replace the brakes after all. Then I'll take everything apart and show you what's left of the calipers, the rotors, and the pads. Let's go. So here's what happened as a result of our experiments. As you can see, we cooked the rotor really badly. You can see some deposits right here. It didn't fall apart though. Here's the second rotor. It looks a tad better. This one took a more severe beating. And now let's have a look at the caliper. The pads are worn all the way to the metal plates. They've even deformed, as you can see, from the pressure applied to them. The seals are also gone. However, here's where things get interesting. Look at how the tabs are bent. This is really something else. The temperature was extreme to the point where even the rust completely burned off. Gone without even a single trace left. Anyway, guys, this experiment has been a success. You can see how it's all deformed now. I wouldn't recommend trying this at home, though. It's a bit dangerous if the rotors were to fall apart. Plus, there's the matter of spending money on new parts. That wasn't a concern for us, since we were going to replace the brakes anyway. So yeah, this experiment went pretty well. You saw what happened to the pads and to the rotors. Anyway, watch our videos, leave some comments and suggestions, hit the like button, subscribe, and see you later.